Oh my God, your poor dad.
Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. Your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
Wow, we really need Bailey back.
Honestly, when I started that, I was like, I sound so good. And then I said podcast.
Podcast. Talking is harder than people expect.
Talking is so hard. I was at a little game night last night, and I said this last time we recorded, but it is so deep rooted. Like, I hate reading out loud. I'm not embarrassed. I just suck at it.
Yeah.
And so I'm with my friends. We're playing one of those. It's kind of like an escape room in a box. And so there's a lot of, open this, read this, whatever. And I'm like, Sam, this is your job. You're really good at reading. Like, it's not for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's ever going to be.
Yeah, that's okay.
As long as I can read in my head.
Right. As long as you can just read in general, then that's all you really need.
Totally.
The third sister is not. Did we press record on both?
Yeah.
Okay, phew. The third sister is no longer with us again. She's on a trip.
She is hiking, really.
She's being hiking.
Kind of an outdoorsy,
which is not really like our family. Like, we're not really like outdoorsy people.
Well, here's what's funny is I was overhearing some of the conversations that she was having with her boyfriend about the trip, and I hear her say, which, keep in mind, he is a hiking guy. Like, his thing is going to like national parks. Like, he's good at it. He likes it. He's a guy I would trust if I was going to go on a hike. And I hear her go, well, do you have a compass? And
Why
I'm like,
would he need a compass?
And he's like, well, I mean, I guess if we need a compass, like, I have one on my phone. She's like, what if your phone breaks? What if my phone breaks? And I'm just
That's
listening.
so Bailey to like present like a problem that is not a problem.
I said, you know what? If you had these concerns, you probably should have discussed this before you agreed to go on this trip. Your trip is in 2 days.
What Bailey does is and I kind of do it too. Like, you get frazzled about something and then you bring up like an illogical thing to be concerned about that like doesn't matter, and then you hyperfixate on that, and then the person, like, now that's that person's problem.
Well, and then I said, Bailey, how about you go get a compass?
Yeah, like, why don't you get on Amazon?
Anyways, it was funny, and they're there. I think they're having a good time. Bailey did break her phone, I think the first day, like their first full day, dropped it on the trail, got it fixed. She said the town that they're in, I can't remember what it's called, but she said it's like the people are a little like too nice, almost where you're suspicious. You're like, the way she was describing it, I'm thinking this is setting the scene for like a horror movie. Like, we're a little too perfect, a little too nice. Yeah. And then you let your guard down.
Right.
But they're still alive, so.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
What a week, honestly.
What a week.
It's been such a week. So you hung out with your friends last night. You did a little game night.
I did. That was really fun. I've been on more dates with that guy I mentioned last time.
Wow.
I know. Things are
serious.
Things are progressing.
Does he
guys.
listen to the podcast?
No.
Do his parents listen to the podcast?
I don't even know if his parents know about me.
Interesting.
So no. But maybe his friends might. Hi.
Hey. I mean, if I knew my friend was dating someone with podcasts, I would definitely listen to it.
Totally.
Like, why wouldn't you?
I know. I would too.
Somebody posted on TikTok the other day that was like, I am my ops like best. What is it? Like, I am so like my ops.
I'm my ops like best friend because like I give them
you give everything
that they need.
Yeah. And it's like, I post online. I'm like so like open on my Instagram, my Instagram stories. I have a podcast. I have 2 podcasts technically. Like, if you want to hate me, I give you so much material to hate me, which is like good for you, I guess.
Totally.
And as like a fellow hater, like, I get it. Like, and there's a thin line between being a hater and a fan. Like, there's so many people I follow that like I like hate, but like I'm like, do I hate them? I actually love them.
Yeah.
Like the Plagiarism Princess. Like, I am her #1 fan. Like, I'm keeping her in business over there.
And she just stresses me out.
She is so stressful.
I don't usually come across her content naturally on my own.
Yeah, because you're a woman of taste, and like her
and I try really hard not to engage.
Yeah,
because I don't want it to keep
but
coming
it's
up.
hard because like I send it to you all the time,
and then you send it to me And then when I do see it, it is kind of like a car accident kind of thing. Like I can't not finish the whole video.
Because it's so good. It's so bad it's good.
It's so shocking. It's truly shocking. I'm like, this, everyone says the internet, if it's on the internet, it stays forever. And I'm like,
the thing about her that's so interesting though is like she's somebody who thinks she is so funny, but there's nothing funny about her. And like, and then she'll say something and she'll be like, oh, you just don't get it because you don't have a sense of humor. And like, if you have to explain it, maybe like they're not the ones that don't have the sense of humor. Maybe it's you.
Maybe.
But like that's the kind of stuff that I just find fascinating. It's like the lack of like awareness is like it tickles my pickle so much.
Totally.
I did want to say though, what did I do? Oh,
well,
I got sick.
You got sick.
I got sick because I went to, me and Mr. Roberts have been really into like an early dinner lately. Like we've been doing like a 5:30 dinner on Friday and Saturdays. And it's like actually so nice because like we get every reservation we want.
Totally.
And we also like we go home, we do a little walk.
And usually you're still on happy hour.
I know. And we can get things off the happy hour menu. So it's like really nice. And we come home, we do a little walk, we get in bed. We're like in bed before like 11 and then we wake up early and it's like really nice. But last night, so we did the early bird special. We went to Come. It's very mid. Like there's nothing. Everyone's like, oh my God, you gotta try Come. Like, no, you don't. You actually don't have to drive all the way up there and try Come. So we did it. I ate a ton. I got home and then I just started feeling so sick. I tossed my little cookies and I was just sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like this is awful. But then we started talking about tirzepatide.
Yeah.
And you said you like know someone who's just gotten on tirzepatide and they like don't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just don't understand that.
Well, they were just saying like they want to tell their family first.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why.
Well, they're also like, you don't have to tell anyone you're on tirzepatide. Like
Totally.
that's the thing. Like there's like, you really don't. It's like so private, but like also like, I don't understand why people don't talk about how they're on tirzepatide because like it is such a game changer for people.
I know, I'm jealous. I've thought about it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really need it because like you could just like lift weights more and you'd probably see some of the things that you want to see.
Do you know that like I hurt my elbow?
No.
Lifting weights. And
when?
At this point, it's almost been a month. Like
Where did you go to lift weights?
At my house. I was like, let me start lifting weights. I hurt my elbow so bad.
You need to leave your house once in a while.
I know, but I had just had this whole thing with the gym when I canceled my gym membership, and I was like,
I think you need like a class.
I agree, but I don't want to go to like a heat boot camp thing. I want to go to like Pilates.
Yeah, you should.
I want to do those.
I think
classes.
You should do one class a week just so you get out of the house because you work out at home, you work at home.
I know.
You hang out at home.
I've actually been out of the house more the past like month of my life in like a year. But like I'm getting out of the house a lot, but like we're in Austin. Memberships classes are so expensive.
I know it is crazy.
And I have so much stuff here, but like I hurt my elbow a month ago and I'm like, oh, it'll get fine. I can't even.
You always say we're in Austin as if like Austin is so different than the rest of America.
I think if I was in Keller, I would apply. Well, it would be so much less expensive.
I mean, but like LA, Chicago, Denver,
I don't live there.
Nashville, but you're like, we're in Austin.
I'd be working out at home if I lived in any of those places too. That's my point. It's expensive.
Yeah, but anyways, back to tirzepatide. What were we saying about tirzepatide that we were like, oh, we should actually talk about this?
Sick.
Oh, like the low dose. Oh. Because I keep getting people asking me, they're like, oh my gosh, how have you had no hair loss? Like, how do you eat? Like, how are you doing all this stuff? And it's because I've stayed on such a low dose until I did my like little up dose like last month. And it was like, being a girl is so hard because on one hand, I like my appetite went way down. I was losing weight. I like barely could like eat. And then on the other hand, I'm like, this isn't good. Like, this is not what I should be doing. So I told my doctor and I was like, this is hard for me to tell you, but like, I can't eat and I'm losing too much weight too quickly. And she's like, oh, that's fine. Like, and I was like, but like, part of me like doesn't want you to take me back down to my other dose because like I do like what I'm seeing, but like I also know that like I don't want to lose my hair. I don't want to lose my muscle.
It's not sustainable.
Right. And then if I like get back and then if I go back down and wean off the medicine and then I'll just gain it all back. So I know like in the long run it's not good for me, but like that is so hard being a girl and like grappling with that.
Yeah, I mean it's really good that you are honest with yourself and her.
Yeah.
Because I do think that is the key piece. Like if you can be honest with yourself and the doctor, you're gonna find the right mix.
Yeah.
To where it's hopefully gonna, but you have to have the communication.
Right. So that's like my tip if you're somebody, because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like you're never going to want to eat, like it's going to make you hate food and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, when I'm on the appropriate dose, like it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like I eat less, but I still eat like the meals, like a full meal. I'm just eating like, I'm not eating like the extravagant amount of food that I can really put down.
Now, maybe not you, but with Nick, if you guys are eating dinner so early, like is he a midnight snacker kind of guy, or does he have willpower and self-control?
Well, that's what bed's for. We just like go to bed and we're like, please don't eat anymore.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem is these Frenchies will wake me up at like 2 a.m. to go potty, and I have to walk by my kitchen. So like while I'm waiting for them to potty, I'm like tossing in like a few like Cheez-Its or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like going back to bed and I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, that is like not like the best.
It's not the best.
It's not the best. But anyways, that's pretty much all that's been going on with me. Oh, I went to Palm Springs with the Robertses.
It seems like you were living your best like creator's life in.
Oh yeah, I really like stepped up the content game.
You did.
It kind of like flopped, which was like so weird, but like I really thought the Bring It On one was gonna break the internet.
Maybe it flopped with, you know, the masses, but like it really hit
With you?
with me.
Because Bring It On, I was like, oh my God, this is such an iconic movie.
It is.
I'm like, is this movie like too old for people? Like it came out in like 2000. It's 25 years old.
Yeah, it can drink.
It can drink.
It can rent a car.
It can rent a car. I was like, oh my gosh, like because I did the Hoku Perfect Day, Legally Blonde. Then I did There Is No One Else That I Can Say This To, which is a banger. And I think that one really hit with the girls because like everyone knows that song, but like it's lied dormant for a while.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to top it with Bring It On. Like everyone knows that this is like one of the best intros to any movie of all time. I'm sexy. I'm cute. I'm popular to boot. And I did my little transitions, which the transitions were
good.
Fire.
They were good.
And you know how I did it?
How?
So I did it on my camera. I didn't do it in the app. So I wasn't lip syncing, but I just know the song so well that I like timed it in my head. And it was like, I was so proud of myself. Like I spent all day on it.
No, that's good.
And
it was great. It hit
flopped.
with me. It hit
flopped,
with me.
but it's fine. But anyways, yeah, that's what I did in Palm Springs.
Amazing.
And Nick was at the MAGA golf tournament, the Mexican American Golf Association, which is just like the irony of it is not lost on me. Like they had the name first. And it is the Mexican American Golf Association, and it's MAGA.
Yeah.
And all weekend they're like, oh yeah, MAGA, MAGA. And I'm just like, it's so, like, I'm like literally like, anytime someone says MAGA, I'm just like trying to be like, huh?
What? Which one?
Yeah. But it was like really cute. And so all of his uncles and everyone was there.
Oh, that's cute.
And his cousins. And it was just cute.
I love that.
Yeah, it was a big family affair.
How's the fam doing?
They're great. They're still listening to the podcast. Shout out.
Hello.
And I had to like, so Nick's dad, Mr. Robert Sr., was kind of telling them, you know, like, I'm Mr. Robert Sr. He was telling the family. And then it was like hard to like explain back to like where that came from. Because I'm like, well, we call Nick Mr. Roberts because like I told the story and then we called him Mr. Roberts and it was like a whole thing. And then everyone's like, oh, okay. Like, I think
They're
they
like,
got
that's
it.
weird, but okay.
Yeah. But like, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the easiest thing to like retell. It's like, it's explaining like a TikTok to like somebody who doesn't have TikTok.
Yeah. But at least you guys have been dating for, how long have you guys been dating now?
Like 3 years.
Yeah. It seems like it.
TikTok,
like,
Nick. TikTok.
But it's really funny because it would be so different explaining that if you guys have been like together for like 4 months, 6
Yeah.
months. It's like, she's a little weird.
Yeah.
But 3 years, it's like, oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was really fun. And we stayed at the Parker, which was really fun. It was like really vibey. And I just had a really great time.
I love
Laying
that.
in the pool. So do we want to get into some of like the big things that have been going on? Do you want to talk about your Beverly Hills rewatch journey?
I'm really loving it. So I think I'm on towards like the end of season 8. I don't know. Lisa Rinna just gave the blue bunny to Kim.
And she gave it back.
Well, she hasn't yet. Like,
Oh, okay, so you
I'm
haven't-
saying it literally. I know that
Oh,
there's
the bunny just happened.
the bunny just.
I thought you meant
happened.
the reunion.
No, the bunny just happened. So I'm not there yet. But what I know without watching the show is that the bunny was a thing, and it ends up. I think like Andy ended up with the bunny, or like it was like
Yeah, the bunny's in the
bunny
clubhouse.
is a thing.
Yeah.
And so I finally got to it. This was the first season. We had Erica Jane.
Okay, so like the whole PK situation happened.
PK's here with the underwear.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was so weird. Like, I can't imagine like Nick being like, oh, I saw her vagina. Like, that would be so, I'd be like, that's fucking weird that you said
Well,
that.
and the way that Erica's like, why?
It was embarrassing to her.
It's embarrassing. So far, I don't know how she's going to talk about it at the reunion, but everything that I've seen, the way she handled it, it was like, yeah, I would kind of do the same thing. Like, I don't want to keep making it a big thing. Like, Dorit's continues to make it a big thing. But it's like weird behavior that your husband was like looking at my vagina. It's like, and didn't say anything to me or tell you to say something
Yeah.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
that's weird behavior. Clearly, I don't know that it's happening.
Yeah.
And so please tell me that it's
also,
happening.
like, when a girl's sitting down and you can see into her skirt, like, you're not seeing her vagina.
Yeah.
You're seeing, like, the top of her,
Yeah.
you know,
Skin.
situation. Yeah, her skin. So it's, like, it's also kind of not that big of a deal.
it's really not.
Yeah. So, like, he made it a bigger... Is this Dorit's first season, too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this is, like, where she's really into, like, the glassware.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, Dorit's one of those people who tries to like make herself more chic than she really probably is. Like she's like living up to this persona that she's making of herself.
And she has her, what is it, a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, or I don't know, like whatever, the rose gold car. And I'm just like, am I going to like you?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Well, it's funny because, so, you know, my best friend Rhiannon and her husband, like we all watch Housewives. Like, I mean, he doesn't really watch it. He kind of just like observes kind of, and he'll like pop in, but he likes the drama. Like, he's not a hater.
Yeah.
Which we love. Like, if your man is like hating on the Housewives and like making your life a living hell while you watch the Housewives, aka my ex,
Not the vibe.
it's like not the vibe. Like, not at all. Anyways, so the Dorit's first season, Rhiannon and I did not like Dorit at all. We were like, okay, this girl sucks. She's so weird. Of course, Zach, her husband, always likes the ones that we don't like. And I don't know if he does it just to like piss
That's
us
funny.
off, but he's like, no, I love Dorit. She's such a star, such a star. Dorit does have like a redemption arc, and then he's always like, I'm right. But it's like, are you right? Or does every housewife get a redemption arc?
Yeah, I mean, both. Like,
Yeah.
he's probably right, and they get the redemption arc. But I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. Like, the biggest redemption arc in my mind is Mary Cosby. Like, I will never.
You
I
didn't
will
see that one
never
coming.
understand that.
And now you love Mary.
Okay, let's not get crazy. It's
I
just
love
like,
Mary.
I'm like, I like Mary. I never thought I
Yeah.
would ever say that. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm really enjoying everything. You know who I don't know if it's a hot take, but Lisa Rinna.
You don't like her?
No.
Interesting.
I find her quite annoying, and
Yeah.
I am trying to like her because I like, I don't know, I don't like her.
Well, this is Renna's like third season, right?
Yeah, and she just still is so on Kim, you know, with being so concerned, but it's like you don't actually seem concerned. You just like kind of want to like talk.
Was this the season that Kim she got in the car with her and she wasn't making sense?
That was last
Season.
So like, no, and she was like, well, Monty, her ex-husband that had cancer, so he had some strong pills. She's like, Monty gave me this pill.
Oh, was that on the way to the poker party? Oh, okay. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But then this season, we didn't see her for a long time because she was like in and out of rehab. She got arrested for like shoplifting like $600 worth of toys. $600 worth of toys. Like, it's not like you're putting a toy under your shirt. Like, she had to just walk out with the cart. Like,
I think she did walk out with the cart.
That's what they said. And I'm like, what? Like, mental. Like, that's, I mean, that's the addiction. But there was clearly a lot going on. And Lisa Rinna just like wants to like be involved. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't dislike Lisa Rinna. I dislike Eden.
Oh, Eden was so bad.
Eden,
don't like where is she? Is this her season? Oh my god! And she's supposed to be like a big get because it's like Eden Sassoon. She's Vidal Sassoon's daughter, but like she was really just like so boring. And wait, is this the other girl, the one that was married to Marcus Walt or whatever his name was, the one who's friends with OJ?
So that was last season.
Okay, that was another snoozer.
I ended up.
You liked her? Catherine Edwards. She was like such a flop for me. She netted out, like, you know, it was like net zero. Like I really didn't like her at first, and I was like, okay, like she's better, and then it was over. Okay, bye,
fine,
see ya.
Yeah, I don't have any negative feelings towards her. Like I don't like Eden at all, not even a little bit. I'm like, I don't even like looking at her on the screen. I'm like, I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, well, I love your Beverly Hills rewatch. Are you going to do Jersey next?
Well, I started Jersey with Bailey. You know what? I've been meaning to ask, what is going on with the Jersey girls? Like Lexi.
Oh my gosh, Lexi was on
Gia's podcast.
Yeah, Lexi, who is Dina Manzo's daughter, was on Gia's podcast. So the backstory is Dina Manzo and Caroline Manzo are sisters who married brothers. And the brother that was married to Dina, after they got divorced, he hired a hitman to beat the shit out of Dina and her now husband, but at the time it was her boyfriend. And it was like so fucked up. They went to trial. People wrote character statements for Tommy Manzo, Dina's ex-husband, and Caroline Manzo was one of the people who wrote so it'd be like me writing a letter about Tyson, kind of defending Tyson, which is like in what world would you do that? And also Dolores, who is like friends of the family too. So basically, I think that they just like that relationship crumbled, the sister relationship crumbled, and so Lexi went on Teresa's daughter's podcast and was talking about it. And so everyone's kind of like, because everyone knew that like Caroline and Dina didn't have a relationship anymore. And it came out that Caroline wrote this character statement. And it's like, that's the main reason why. Mm-hmm. And I actually I like that. Well, that's why Teresa fucking hates Caroline. And she's always kind of hated Caroline, but like that's like that put the nail in the coffin with her. And so they were just like kind of talking about that, and it just stirred things up. And then Lauren Manzo, who is Lexi's cousin, Caroline's daughter, kind of did a response because Lexi was saying it honestly sounded like our grandpa. Like Tommy Manzo was like, he kept Lexi's room in the exact same condition that she left it. Wouldn't let her get any of her childhood things from the house. And Lexi wanted to get the things because he was about to have a yard sale.
Wait, but him keeping the room like that makes me think that he's like hoping she's gonna come back and get her thing. You know, it seems like a good thing. Like, oh, like
no, it was like it was like a creepy thing.
Oh, see, this is the context that I needed because I've seen like the clips of the podcast and then Lauren. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, like I think he did it to hold it over their head.
Okay,
and then they were having a yard sale, which our grandpa did, and they were trying. So Lexi reached out to Lauren and was like, "Will you please go get some of my stuff before this yard sale?" And Lauren, the way she explained it was like, I was not on good terms with him. No one in my family was on good terms with him. And so we had to be very careful about the way that we went about this because like he would like be able to catch wind that like we were working with you. So like she basically tried to get the stuff. She couldn't get it. And she's like, I have receipts for it. It honestly just sounds like it was just like a lose-lose situation on both ends. And I could see how Lexi would be really hurt. And I could see how Lauren would be like, I tried to do this, but like this man's a mobster. He literally hired someone to fucking beat the shit out of your mom.
Yeah.
And she said that he had like everyone else who was around him at that time was also really bad people. And like they probably didn't give a fuck. Like they would do whatever to like hurt whoever. But the thing is like, I just don't understand why Caroline's husband didn't get involved and say like, just give Lexi the stuff like and be done with it. Because he's like the older brother and he's kind of like the patriarch of like that side of the family, I think. But like the way Lauren explains it, she's like, I haven't been able to talk about this because like I am smack dab in the middle of it. It's not only my mom's family who's dealing with it, but it's my dad's family, and both of my grandmas are still alive. And I'm trying to respect both my grandmothers by like not talking shit about people. And it's like that,
but also
sucks.
wanting to like help your cousin.
Yeah, it's not. I think it's like it's just, and it's also a cultural thing. Like if it were us, we'd be like, fuck. Our grandpa, fuck this, like we're, you know, like we couldn't at the time because like it really wasn't, we weren't able to, but like that's not the way they were raised. Like they have like a little bit more respect for their elders over there.
Not over here, baby.
No, not over here. Fuck our ex-grandpa.
Okay, thank you for that little recap. Do you want to talk about Summer House at all, or do we want to wait till like part 2?
I mean, there really wasn't much that happened. The only thing that I find interesting is how hard Sierra kind of goes at Lexi.
I kind of found it interesting how hard Sierra was going all season.
Yeah. Which like, okay, I just want to preface,
I love Sierra.
I like Sierra too. Like, and I think like I would be friends with Sierra.
Totally.
Like, I don't think I'd be friends with like many people on Bravo, but like I would be friends with Sierra and Paige and Amanda probably. But like, I think the Lexi and Jesse thing, like they both are like wrong and they're both like right. Like I see both of their sides. Like they both are just like, they shouldn't have gone so hard so fast. And it wasn't just Jesse's fault. Like I think Lexi's making it seem like he just smothered her, but Lexi is not a girl. Like she keeps saying, I was a girl's girl, you isolated me from the girls. If you were a real girl's girl, like that wouldn't have happened. Like you would have found your friends, and like you kind of only started to show Gabby attention after you and Jesse started being on the rocks, which I thought was really weird.
I think everyone, all three of them in this situation
are wrong,
are a little wrong, are a little right.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing that's too wrong.
She's the words Lexi is using against Jesse are so strong, like that. I just don't think the punishment fit the crime. He wasn't being like that big of a fuckboy. Like, yeah, he sucked on the toe, which is really fucking weird.
His toe sucked.
Oh yeah, he got his toe sucked. But like in the grand scheme of things, like he was trying to like do the balance of like being on a reality show, talking about what's going on in his reality, but also like be respectful to Lexi the best as that he could. And I think Lexi keeps using these really strong words, which you do this too. She keeps saying, you lied, you lied, you lied, you lied. And I'm like, he didn't lie. Like he brought up the toe sucking thing came out and it was a thing, but like she just is using like very, very harsh language to describe what happened. And it's like losing people in the argument.
Well, I also think that for me, the footage speaks for itself. Like if I'm Lexi and I think that me and him are exclusively dating at this point and I don't go to the house like that one weekend, like the way he was with Sierra
was inappropriate.
Was so inappropriate. And like, yeah, maybe I feel dumb because I can't see that until the show comes out.
Yeah.
And so maybe I was lied to and whatever. But like there's so much less that she needs to say right now because like we saw it unfold.
Yeah.
And so it's like just let his actions speak more for themselves because like it says it all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think she also kind of focuses on the wrong thing. Like to me, the major thing that I would be focusing on is like the way Jessie was talking to Sierra.
Totally.
And she's kind of keeps focusing on the fact that like Jessie isolated her.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, where it's like, you can want to hang out with your boyfriend, but he's not isolating you. Like, you can still go like climb in bed with him if you have that relationship,
right.
like, and chat for a little while before, or like wake up and like like you can still find the time. And or maybe that's the part where it's like I felt like I couldn't like get the balance I wanted or something. Yeah. It's not like he was like, don't go talk to those girls.
Well, I don't know if this was on this episode or if it's like the preview I watched, but she basically said that he did kind of say that. He was like, oh, those girls, like be careful around them and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I didn't feel comfortable coming to Amanda and talking to her because, and Amanda was that not on the reunion? It must have been on the preview.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And
see, but that's weird for me to hear because it's like you got on the show because of Amanda.
Right. Like, I don't know. It's just I wouldn't have been in that situation. Like, you can't say that you're a girl's girl and then not have made an effort with all the girls. I don't know.
But then again, like maybe she is normally a girl's girl and this is her first time like on a show like this. And so that is already like weird. I think there's just like, there is like a lot happening and so much footage that we probably don't see, like so much context that we don't have. And I don't think anyone's too wrong in this situation, but everyone's a little wrong, a little right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But I just thought also, obviously the Paige and Craig of it all. And she's like, I don't even think there was a ring. You know?
There was no ring.
And so it's
there
like,
was no, I'm
like, I'm so glad that she said that.
I'm so glad she said that too, because like I know people like Craig, like guys like Craig that are just like little liars that like they say little lies and you're like, wait, what did you just say? And then they like skirt over it and then they like kind of get out of having to explain that lie. And it's got to be so frustrating.
Totally. And it's like how ironic the day he's on like Watch What Happens Live, he's like, yeah, this morning I returned
and
the ring.
You don't return a ring. And so that him saying that makes me know he's lying, because like you would say, I sold the ring back to the jeweler, I lost money on, like that would be the thing you would focus on, because like you're not buying a ring and then like returning it back and getting all your money for it. A custom ring.
I'm glad that they brought Carl into it. I wish they would have like asked more, because they're like, Carl, you have experience with this, like, and he's like, yeah, it doesn't really work that way. Like,
no, you like literally. Actually, I was just talking to one of my girlfriends about it, because we were talking about lab grown diamonds versus like natural stone diamonds, and she's like, well, the investment, and this is my friend who's like, you know, been with her man for her entire 20s and 30s, and she's like, well, the investment on a ring, like you want like the natural stone. I was like, I personally don't find an engagement ring to be an investment, because like you're not making any return on it. Absolutely at all. Like, yes, you have the gold if you choose to have gold. Gold is an investment, because like gold, the price goes up and down, but like the diamond and the setting and everything that you're paying for, it's not like you give that to a jeweler and like they're like, okay, I'm gonna give you like what this is worth. Like, you know what I mean? So I just don't find that very applicable. I also like, I personally think like I would want a natural stone, a natural diamond, but like also like I would not be opposed with the lab grown. Like, really, what's the difference at the end of the day?
Same.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like like lab growns are a little bit more ethical for the most part. I don't know. Anyways, speaking of investments,
okay,
Taylor Swift.
So
the other day I was walking down South Congress with Hank. It was Friday, and I open up my little Instagram app and I see this picture of Taylor Swift, and she has all of her records around her. And I knew what was going on. Yeah. Immediately I knew. And her caption was, "You belong with me." And
That's
then
cute.
something, which I thought was so cute. And so I went to her website where she wrote this letter, of course, in the most Taylor way ever, like lots of words, and it was in her handwriting. The tiniest handwriting. So I'm like walking down South Congress with my phone like this, like trying to read it. And I call Paige and I'm like, Paige, oh my God. And she's like, what?
Because you've done this to me so many times. Did you see what Taylor posted? And I'm like, no, what? And then You're like, just kidding.
Or I'll be like, did you see what Taylor posted about Reputation?
So talk about me not leaving the house. I finally leave the house. I'm driving to Cedar Park to take my dogs to the vet. And so, no, I'm not on my phone. And she's like, did you see? And I'm like, there's no way in this amount of time something like this would happen to me. Like,
it did.
There's no way. And there was a way.
Yeah. So Taylor wrote that she bought back all of her records, her first 6 records. And she did the deal with Shamrock Capital, and she didn't have any like partnerships or no strings attached. Like, she owns them all outright. She owns her music video. She owns everything, which is amazing. This is the thing that she's been wanting forever and ever and ever. I can't even imagine what that must feel like, because I'm like, I don't know if there's anything in this world I would want that bad.
Yeah.
And so she now owns all of it. So of course the next question is, where the fuck is Reputation, Taylor's version? Yeah. And the thing I think all of us Swifties can agree on, we are not wanting to hear Reputation, Taylor's version 10 years later. You know, we don't want to, it's not about that. We want to hear the vault tracks.
Yes.
And I think for me, like, I want to hear how she's going to announce it. Like, cause she's always very creative in the way she announces things. So,
and we like what we've liked the new like pictures.
Right. Yeah. Her new take on things, which kind of goes into like the marketing of it. Like, she's really good at that. So she says, okay, so what about Reputation, Taylor's version? So she says, to be honest, she hasn't even recorded even a quarter of Reputation, Taylor's version.
That like kind of guts me. Like just thinking of like how she felt recording that album.
Yeah.
And then how it's still fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's so sad.
Well, I think there's 2 reasons. She said it was really hard for her to get back into that place of like feeling so misunderstood. I mean, she's never been more beloved in her entire career than she is right now. So her having to go back to a place where like she feels like everyone hates her. She feels like everyone is purposely trying to misunderstand her. And then the other reason is she thinks that it's really like, it's not an album that needs any more like perfecting. Yeah. Like, it's already a really good album, which I agree. Like, there's really nothing she could have done with Reputation. Like, I can't imagine that being a better album, which like the Grammy like snubbing her is like so insane. Like, that is one of her best albums.
I know.
Like, I think it's an album that like anyone can listen to.
I agree.
It's just so good.
But I know that the Rep Vault songs are my favorite without even hearing them.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they're my favorite. And so I don't need Taylor's version.
Yeah, we don't need Taylor's version.
But I think I do need Vault. The Rep Vault songs.
No, we need the Vault songs. She gave us the other Vault songs. Mm-hmm. We need this Vault song.
Yes.
Like, that's the one thing that we should do in this whole saga. And so in the letter, she writes, if you guys would be into it, at one point, maybe I can release the Vault songs. Like, if we would, are you kidding me? Like,
we're so into it. How much more into it can we be? Like, what do you need me to do to make it really obvious that I'm into it?
Yeah, like, we're into it. I think we've proven that we're into it. And it also just, I have a couple of things that I was thinking about when I read that. Number one, the gold bodysuit in Miami.
Yeah.
I'm like, she had to have known that was going to like make us lose our fucking minds, which we all did. We all watched the grainy live stream. We all saw the videos. We all were like, okay, we're getting Reputation, Taylor's version. Not one word was uttered about Reputation. And then the other question I had is, what songs on Reputation do you think she recorded? And which ones do you think would have been hard for her to record?
Okay, let's pull it up.
Because I think like Ready for It, that's probably one that would be easy for her, because that's more of like a vibe song. Mm-hmm. It's not like as emotional. I think Look What You Made Me Do. We know she recorded Look What
I Did Something Bad.
Yeah, I don't think she's doing Dancing with My Hands Tied.
No, she's not doing Dressed.
She's not doing Call It What You Want.
She's not doing King of My Heart.
No.
She's not doing So It Goes. I think there's a like maybe Delicate.
Getaway Car would be easy.
Yeah.
Because Getaway Car is like her.
This is why we can't have nice things. She recorded that.
But that's like, I don't know. She said she didn't even record a quarter of it. A quarter of it would have been 4 songs. So I don't know. There's like so many songs on here that would be hard for her to sing.
Totally. And that's fine. And it is a really great album, but like
we don't need Taylor's version.
We are into the vault songs. We would like that. Thank you.
That is something we would be into.
We would be into that. We would also be into a Taylor's version of her debut album. I would also love I'd Lie as a vault song. I think
that's what she said.
That.
She said she has recorded debut. She likes the way that it turned out, which I'm sure like that album's almost 20 years old. It's probably going to come out next year, which that makes sense.
I really hope we get like the 2 versions of
You're Gay.
Yes.
She's never going to record that.
Well, do you know, I want to see how like the percentage, because you know how when she re-recorded Better Than Revenge, she took about the she's better known for the things that she does on the mattress, like she took that out.
Yeah.
And so when she brought back her music, that one song in particular, like I think it was something like it had more like 300 and something more % streams that day, because everyone's like going back to that version.
I think that she would never, ever, ever record You're Gay. That's just, even though like as a community, like I think the gays love it. Like they always post like, Taylor, it's okay. Like we want.
Well, and like, Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Yes, Happy Pride Month.
And
You're Gay.
One of the first videos I saw today was a little like compilation of all the times that she sings You're Gay like live, and it says Happy Pride Month.
Yeah. There's just no way, because like it also like empowers people who have bad intent with that.
Totally.
So it's like she can't give that to them.
Totally.
And like the gays and gay allies like us, we have like the old version. We have the memories. We don't need like Taylor's version. You're gay.
You're right.
You're Gay, Taylor's version. But I'm excited to hear debut. I hope she does something like she did with Fearless, where she has like all of these like collaborators that are like country artists. We need I'd Lie. If she doesn't give us I'd Lie, like that would be kind of psychotic.
If she doesn't give us I'd Lie, like,
bitch, you have so much money, you can buy out whoever like you were copying, or like the copyright or like the publishing shit. Like we want I'd Lie. Everyone knows we want I'd Lie.
I can't wait.
I know, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. That's definitely gonna be, because it came out in 2006, right? It was my freshman year of college. I was on LimeWire looking up Tim McGraw songs, and I was like, wait, what?
Tim McGraw?
What is Taylor Swift by Tim McGraw? Like, I don't know.
Weirdest thing for me was, because I was so familiar with LimeWire, and then like when I transitioned into like Spotify and like, you know, legal music things, I was like, why can't I find all of the music that I used to find?
Yeah.
Like, it was so weird. Oh, that was weird. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you heard of the drama between Nicola Peltz and Victoria Beckham?
I have.
Okay. So just to like brush everyone up on the drama. So Nicola Peltz is married to blah, blah Beckham. What's his name?
Brooklyn
Beckham.
Who used to date Lexi.
There we go. And they got married. When did they get married? Like
blah Beckham.
Wait, let's look up when blah blah and Nicole.
Maybe 2 years ago, or was it last year?
Let's see. Beckham wedding. When? I hate Google. When did they get married? When did Brooklyn Beckham get married? Oh, 2022. Oh my God. That was kind of long ago. That's like when I started dating Mr. Roberts. Okay. So that was 3 years ago. Okay. So leading up to this wedding, there was like little like gossip that kept getting out about how Nicola Peltz was kind of a bridezilla. She was like very unorganized, and like she had to fire like wedding planners, like planners right before the wedding. And it was basically like she's a bridezilla.
Right.
And then also the rumors were that like David and Victoria are very organized. They had their list. They had their shit done. And
they just have, both families have so much money. It's like, why do you have to be organized?
Yeah.
You hire somebody to do that for you.
Right, exactly. And I think it's like also a very well-known thing in Hollywood that like Nicola Peltz is like a pain in the fucking ass.
Okay.
Like she's a pain. So anyways, there was drama surrounding the wedding. Then after the wedding, like, you know, things have kind of died down. We've seen them together. Everything looks good. And then recently the feud has been reignited. And we kind of don't really know why the feud has been reignited. But I guess they were seen having dinner with Harry and Meghan, which is like not a good sign because as we know, you know, Harry doesn't get along with his family and whatever. So just recently, this little bit of tea from their wedding popped back up once. And I think like the timing is just so interesting because like we know that Nicola and Victoria are feuding again for whatever reason. And why is this old tea from the wedding popping back up? Like that's probably coming from Nicola's camp because it doesn't make Victoria look very good. So the tea is that at their wedding, Marc Anthony is singing and he says, I want to invite the most beautiful woman here tonight up to dance with her son, Victoria Beckham, which like I guess that's like a really shitty thing to say to somebody on.
I totally
that's not the bride.
Agree. It's
common sense not to say.
That's what I've been thinking because I'm like, I believe that he was probably just like Victoria, like the most beautiful woman in the room. Like he's like, I don't know, but like, how do you not know, like to not say that at a wedding?
Right. Like there's other ways to say how beautiful Victoria is. You could say the most beautiful mother of the bride anyone has ever seen.
Mother of the groom.
Or mother of the groom. Yes. Yeah. Like the most beautiful. Can you believe this is the mother of the groom? Like something like that. Like instead of saying the most beautiful woman in the room tonight.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
That's weird. And now we're getting this from like a gossip source. So like we don't really know. Like what if he didn't say in the room tonight and that's what Nicola heard.
But also, so let's say he does.
Yeah.
Let's say he did. That is a weird thing to say. And that would also make me really uncomfortable. But like, that makes me uncomfortable, not necessarily like mad at Victoria.
It would make me bad at Marc.
At him. Like I don't think that she said, hey, when you announce, can you just say like that I'm the most beautiful person in the room? Hey, when you announce. Like, so that is, yes, super awkward for you on your wedding, but like I don't think that's Victoria's fault.
Right. And I also think Nicola is like probably a spoiled little brat. We already know she's a bridezilla. She stormed out of the room and cried. Like if that happened to me, I'd be like, the fuck? I wouldn't storm out of the room crying. Like that wouldn't ruin my wedding day. It would be like something that we'd all talk about later and be like, how fucking weird was Marc Anthony last night?
Totally.
Like I think it's like, and then what is Victoria Beckham supposed to do in that situation? Be like, actually, I'm not getting up there, Marc, because that was inappropriate. Like, you can't make a scene either. Like, it was a lose-lose situation, and Marc Anthony is the one that needs to be punished.
Held accountable.
So it's like, it's an interesting bit of tea that they're trying to, like, put out there to make Victoria, I think, look bad. I think that's what the point of this is.
Which I either need more to this, because are we supposed to assume that if that's true, that's also why they didn't go to David's birthday,
right? Because
she's still like upset by that. And I mean, maybe it's something, maybe it's not I don't know, maybe it's not about Victoria and David. Maybe it's like a lot of the people that are going to be at this birthday party are all like, were also at the wedding, and I was really embarrassed. And
3 years ago,
look, I don't know, okay? But what I'm trying to like just find a way. None of this story makes me think any ill will towards Victoria. So like if there's more context here, then please give it, because I'm like, it's just kind of like, are you still upset about this? Because it happened, and I agree that it sucks.
Yeah.
But we have to
We can all agree Marc Anthony was weird.
But like we have to move on.
Right. And like not going to,
and this is your family.
Another thing was like, that has come out is like, oh, the Beckhams are so narcissistic and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, well, they're celebrities,
all hot and rich,
yeah,
and
I'm sure Nicola's family is not any better. Like they're billionaires. Like you don't get to be a billionaire by being just like a really good person. Like you have a narcissistic quality and like a hunger for money and success that like trickles down into your family. Like Nicola was raised in such wealth. There's no way that she is like a humble, gracious, like angel.
Right.
especially and she's like a model. Like, it's just like, it's not how it works in this world. Like, unless like you've heard a million rumors, like, oh my God, you know who the best person to work with is? Nicola Peltz. And we don't hear that. We hear the exact opposite. So like I'm inclined to just think like everyone's kind of an asshole in this situation. Like anyone who's famous is kind of weird.
Well, and I agree. And you got to find a way to get along.
Yes.
You married into this family and you knew if they were narcissists after the wedding, they were narcissists before the wedding.
Yeah.
Like find a way to get along.
Yeah. And it's like it's his 50th birthday. Just go to the dad's 50th birthday.
Just go to the 50th birthday.
Yeah. So I thought that was like really interesting. I think like it was really planted by Nicola. How do you say her fucking name? Nicola.
That's all I can think about every time you would say her name. I mean, even if if that was planted by her team, it's like, for why? Because it does
try to like help her,
but it's not. That's not doing anything for me in that regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but who knows what Nicola thinks? Okay, can we talk about the Chrisleys?
Sure.
Okay, if mom and dad were in jail or prison for like, how many years were they in prison to? Like 15, 20 years, I think that was their sentence.
Yeah, something like that.
It was something crazy. Like, we've seen people do worse and get less time. If you knew that you had a chance to get a pardon from Donald Trump, would you go MAGA to get mom and dad out of prison?
Wow.
That hard. That's Savannah Chrisley. Because Savannah Chrisley is like Queen MAGA, like hailing Donald Trump. And like, would you go full blown MAGA to publicly?
This is a really good question.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not talking about like just telling everyone you voted for Donald Trump. I'm saying you have to wear the, not even
like the hat has to be glued to your head.
And not even just like the little text hat, the one that she wears, the one that's like, "Make America Great Again," all across. And she's wearing Make America Great Again merch, like clothes, not just the hat. And she's like really pumping up Donald Trump, and she goes hard in the paint. How hard would you go to get mom and dad out of prison?
So I think it depends, because I think that I think it really depends on mom and dad's experience in prison.
It's prison. No prison's good.
I know, and I think they know that as well. But like, I'm saying, if they are like, every time they're allowed to call us, or every time we're allowed to see them, if they are like hysterical, like if they are like, I can't, like, it's so much worse than I thought. I'm miserable in here.
They're going to be miserable. The dad's going to be like, you know how dad is. He's going to complain. The bed is going to hurt his back. He's not going to like the food.
Look, I'm just saying,
it's unsafe.
I don't know. Like, if it's the worst that it could possibly be, maybe. But otherwise, I'm like, hang in there.
Look, I'm not personally going to endorse Donald Trump, even though I know that
so close. Like,
you're so close. You just have 15 years to go. I think I would go MAGA to get mom and dad out of prison. And then I'd turn around and be like, fuck you, Donald Trump.
I can't believe you made me. Well, the thing is, first of all, we'd have to get really good lawyers, because like, can you take it? Can you say,
I know, can you take it back?
Can be like, no take backs. Like,
or I would just talk so much shit to, I'd have to tell all my friends and family, like, look, I voted for Kamala. Like, I voted for Kamala. This is like, I had to get my parents out of prison. Like, they got such a crazy sentence. Everyone can agree.
Totally. Yeah, no, that's wild.
I know. Because I would lose a lot of friends if I went that MAGA.
Well, and like self-respect for myself.
Right. That too. I have self-respect, and I don't know, like, just really, it's the hat. Like, her hat is so crazy.
She loves that hat.
That's her favorite hat. But like, you probably would like him too if he got your family out.
You'd be like, guys, you just got to get to know him. Like, he's really nice. Like, when you get to know him, like, he got my parents out of jail. It's like,
yeah. And then like, once, you know, maybe we're like down the road of his term, and you're just like, you pretend like you see the light, and you're like, oh my God,
what was I
thinking? Yes, he got my parents out of their crazy sentencing, but
I kind of took advantage of the situation. When you think about it,
I actually really think like female reproductive rights are something we should care about. Gay and trans rights, like, yeah, you know what? Like, the more I've learned, the more I'm on that side.
Yeah,
you kind of like, and then maybe you get more MAGA people to come onto your side, and you're almost like an inside job, like, right. You're kind of a mole,
right?
But yeah.
I don't know.
I bet like, have you seen the videos of Todd Chrisley getting out?
Yeah.
He's so fucking funny.
Todd Chrisley, like, I mean, he is funny.
He's one of a kind.
Truly one of a kind. But someone the other day asked me, he was like, hey, like my girlfriend, what do you think about Chrisley Knows Best? Like my girlfriend wants to start watching it. And I was like, as a background, like during the day kind of TV show. Yeah. I was like, not your nighttime show. I was like, no, things get weird. Like they are a weird family.
They're so weird. Like Todd is definitely gay. Like there's nobody like is like that.
Well,
who?
Mormon wives, husbands.
Well, they're also probably gay. But like that's why I think I like him, because he he likes to shop. Mm-hmm. He has like an insane shopping addiction. He is so funny. He cares a lot about looks. Like, I mean, he is like your gay best friend.
Totally.
But he was like, I got to get my bitch out. It's so funny. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about, another like hot topic on the internet. By the way, I have not opened up TikTok all weekend, and it's been so refreshing. Like it just makes me feel so anxious a lot of the time, because it's like it's my job, and I'm like, oh wow, my video is tanking, like I suck, nobody likes me, I'm irrelevant, I'm gonna be broke, because like why the fuck did I think I could be a TikToker? Like it's just, that's kind of what goes through your head. Like when people are like, you try being an influencer, it's so hard. It's really not hard. It's not physically hard. Nothing is hard about being an influencer.
It's stressful.
What is hard work is what dad does, like construction work, like being outside in the heat and like working with your hands and stuff. Like being like working at a job that sucks is fucking hard. There's nothing hard about it, but it is hard to be good at it. And it is hard to like not let things affect your mental health. Yeah. Like I consider myself like a pretty mentally strong girly, and I am like, wow, I suck. Like I really suck, because nobody's liking my video, and I don't even get upset about the hate comments. I'm actually really like
people are engaging.
Yeah. I like the hate comment. If you want to talk about me on Reddit, please, with all due, like literally tag me. Like I beg you guys to talk about me on Reddit. All these girls who are like, I can't believe people are talking about me on Reddit. Why? That means you're relevant. Right. Like it's honestly like sad that nobody's talking about me on Reddit.
Right.
But yeah, that's the only hard part about doing this job. Like, so if somebody's like, oh, it's so fucking hard, like it's not. And like, if they're crying about like the hate comments, I'm sorry. I know the hate sucks, but like hire an assistant to filter it for you. Like you don't have to be on your TikTok. Like my dream would be able to just like make TikToks, hand my phone to my assistant and be like, can you just make sure like nothing gets too crazy in the comments? Yeah. Like that's like the ideal life. Anyways. Okay. Some internet drama. So the Skinny Confidential, she had Shannon Ford on her podcast, which I love Shannon Ford. I actually met Shannon Ford, and
You did?
I did.
Did you tell me that?
Maybe I didn't, because she's friends
with.
Like
this is new news.
It's old news. It was like in March. But
okay. Of this year?
Yeah. What the fuck? I went to her show.
Okay. Well,
and she's friends with Alex Bennett, so we like went. I met her very briefly, but I went backstage with Alex after the show, and Shannon is like exactly the type of person that you think she would be. Like she's super outgoing, she's very honest, like very like quick, like very witty. She was just like a cool chick. You could tell. She's one of the girlies. So she has Shannon on the show. Shannon's pregnant. So is Lauren Bostic, and they start talking about content surrounding fertility. And Lauren has said this before, but she says it again. And she says, I got pregnant all 3 times on the first try. And she kind of is like yelling at the camera. She's like a little passionate. And she's like, I think that there's so much negativity out there surrounding fertility that I want to show people that it's okay, that like you can talk about how it is easy to get pregnant sometimes. And of course, the internet is like having an opinion about it. And now she said it in the worst possible way you could probably say it, because she really like alienated everyone who has gone through any fertility struggle or miscarriage, which is literally everyone. Yeah. And so what did you think when you saw that clip? Were you like immediately, did you understand I don't know. Again, this is somebody who's never been pregnant, hasn't tried to get pregnant before. So like,
starting in that mindset. However, like in the back of my mind, like I know that I do want to try to have a kid one day, and I am anticipating maybe there's going to be some struggles because I am already 33. You know what I mean? So so that's the mindset going into it. I was listening to what she's saying, and I was like, I think I know what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
But she didn't say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm listening, I'm like,
I think there was like a different way to say it. Cause like I think I understood what she was trying to say too. Cause as somebody who's 36, like I am nervous about like what it's going to be like to conceive, but I also feel super positive about it because what I get served most on the internet is people having struggles with their fertility and telling you that you need to freeze your eggs and telling you that like 1 in 4 women will miscarry and stuff.
Well, and just like making you feel like you're not alone.
Yes. And the purpose of that content is to make people who are going through that feel not alone. But like when it's somebody like me who gets the content, it makes me really anxious. Mm-hmm. So like I see what Lauren's saying. Like I do like hearing stories like Lauren's, that it makes me feel hopeful. It makes me feel positive that like, oh, you can be in your 30s and you can get pregnant on the first try. Like people keep telling me that I'm not going to be able to have a kid like very easily. So like I think that her stories are important too, but like that's what she said was like shitting on the people who share the negative stories. And I do think like when you're somebody who's trying to get pregnant, you should protect your peace as much as possible. Like I think it is probably not good for you to be consuming infertility and like all these like people who are like sharing their stories, because I just don't think that's probably going to be good energy for you, but like that is good energy for other people.
Well, and because there's really a difference. Like she's saying like, I want to share my story too, but there's less of a story to share.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, I'm aware that some people get pregnant on the first try and some people, there's a journey.
Right.
And the journey, every single person's pregnancy journey is different. It's either one and done or we're going to have to like go through XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And so there's less of the story with I got pregnant the first time. Cause then it's like, okay, that's amazing for you. But then there's like, the story comes from, I didn't know that maybe I would have to do this. I didn't know I would have to like change my diet. There's more of a
story to share.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing about the Skinny Confidential is that if her story wasn't, I got pregnant on the first try, she would be the one that is sharing all of this stuff. And she would be saying like, everyone says it's like this, and this, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. So it's like, I think because she did get pregnant on the first try, it wasn't because she was consuming positive fertility content. It was because of like her genetics and her body.
Well, and it was kind of giving, so our grandmother who died, RIP, from cancer, right? And so there was, I think I told you, like my marketing class brought in this woman and she's like, I had cancer and like, I like prayed and switched my diet to Wagyu beef or something. Yeah. And it was like, and my cancer went away. Like, because I was doing, and I'm just like, so are you saying that if my grandma, like, because I know my grandma, she was very religious, like she was like praying, she was like having,
she was
like,
so positive about cancer,
so positive, like the positive mindset was there. So then I'm like, if she ate Wagyu beef every day, like it's like, oh well, it was like you're pushing this story out that isn't for everybody, but you're making it sound like it is.
Yes.
And that was like real, like in that situation, like that was so icky for me to like hear this woman. I was like, I just came back from her funeral. Like it was like crazy. And so it was giving that vibe. Yeah.
I think like, I think what you just said is like she's making it seem like it is for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like if she could have acknowledged that like it is like 1 in 4 women, a lot of my friends have had miscarriages.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends have had trouble conceiving. They've had, it's taken them a year plus to try to have a baby. And I think like if she would have acknowledged that like those stories are important to share, because like at the end of it, a lot of them do end up getting pregnant, and it gives people hope. I think like it wouldn't have been such a backlash, but she almost made it seem like that is negative and you shouldn't be putting that out on the internet, and you should only be putting out the positivity. But like to them, that is the positive story.
Because also like information is power. And like, so sometimes it's
and
like,
she's the queen of sharing information. She's the one that's like, I changed my air filter. She's the most extreme information sharer ever. She doesn't have candles in her home, non-toxic this, non-toxic that. And that's what helps her life. Like, so for me, that is also negative, because that is fear mongering that like if I have like a candle in my house, I'm going to fucking die. Like, so I just don't understand how her sharing that kind of stuff is any different than people sharing all of the holistic and all the different ways that they're trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
It's just like, it is a very interesting conversation, because I've talked about how every single time people ask me if I want kids, the next thing they say to me because of my age,
you better get on it.
Are you going to freeze your eggs?
Yeah.
I don't want to freeze my eggs. I think that we have the science that we have today, and that allows women to freeze their eggs. I am so happy that we have that. I'm sure you're going to be somebody who probably would want to freeze their eggs. I am somebody who I don't want to freeze their eggs. And for me, it makes me anxious. It's just not worth it for me to do it. And I'm not saying it's bad though.
Yeah.
So where was I going with this?
When people ask you, do you want kids? And you get nervous. Because you're like, the next question they're going to ask is, are you going to freeze your egg?
I don't know where I was going with that, but like I do like both of those things can be true. Like but like people freezing their egg content doesn't piss me off. Like I don't see girls freezing their eggs and I'm not like, wow, you're really making us 30-year-olds look bad, or you're really like putting negative energy towards your fertility or whatever. I don't know.
And actually, so Paige DeSorbo just went through that, and I'm telling myself, I'm like, if I'm 35, like I probably will start that process. I thought that was positive content. I was like, okay, so I feel I'm learning more about the experience, like through her point of view. And like, it kind of comforted me in a way. I was like, okay, so there are options.
Yeah. So I feel comfortable about like the option. I think like you should do whatever makes you feel comfortable for your fertility. You know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't mean that like everyone needs to freeze their eggs. Yeah. And I think it's like everyone's journey is so different, and like what makes them feel, it's just, fertility is like such a like crazy thing. But I do like hearing stories. Like I saw this girl share something that like, she's like, if you're in your 30s and you're like scared about your fertility or like finding the right person, like my mom didn't meet my dad until she was 37. She had her first kid at 39. She had 6 kids at 39 in 7 years, which is so crazy. But like, I want a big family. Like I know I want more than 2 kids. So like that made me feel so good about that.
I agree.
But anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I hope that like we came across like we're definitely not like haters.
We're definitely like pro your journey.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's all I had. We had a couple listener things that we can share.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 1, this was just like a quick and fun one, but she asked for our Chili's orders.
Haven't you talked about that before?
Haven't
we talked? I feel like...
Oh, maybe we did already answer
only
this.
because like I don't know that it was necessarily because of this, but I think you just love Chili's so much that you're... Because we talk about the chips, and we really like getting like the ranch with the salsa.
Oh yeah, chips, salsa, ranch.
And you like
the enchilada soup.
Yeah, the enchilada soup. Yeah, we've talked about this.
Oh, we have? Okay. Well, just in case you haven't heard, it's the enchilada soup, which is like the best thing ever. I kind of treat that like a queso, and I love the buffalo wings.
And
bone in with the ranch.
I used to really be into like the chicken crispers.
Oh yeah,
like that.
But they changed their formula. I think it used to be like a fish kind of breading.
Yeah,
and it was so delicious.
That's unfortunate that they changed it.
Well, I think. Okay, this one is really funny. You know Ramona, right? From Real Housewives of New York. Okay, someone wrote this in, and it says, a Ramona Singer story. Hi, ladies. Okay, so I live in New York and my mom has seen the Ramona singer in the wild. The first time my mom went up to her and told her she was a big Roni fan. Ramona looked my mom up and down and said, in 3 words, tell me what you love about me. My mom was like, I really like your relationship with your daughter. I think it's really special because I have a daughter too. And Ramona replied, that's more than 3 words. Then walked away. My mom's jaw was on the floor. My mom has seen her a few more times in Palm Beach and around the city, but never again will she go up to Ramona after that interaction. That is
My
so
jaw's
Ramona.
on the floor too.
That's so Ramona though. Like Ramona.
That's more than 3 words.
And she's probably like, that's more than 3 words.
Yeah, she's like crazy eyes.
I can't wait until you watch Roni. Like you're really you're gonna fucking hate Ramona, but like I love Ramona.
Well, maybe she'll be like the Whitney, where it's like I didn't like Whitney, I like love Whitney. She's like good content.
Okay, you can't compare Whitney and Ramona.
Okay.
Like Ramona's like an all-star. Ramona's like a Vicky.
Okay.
Like you love her and you like are afraid of her, but like you love her.
Okay.
You love to watch. Okay. This one is a longer one. This is called Stinky Boyfriend. Hi, sisters. I would like to remain anonymous for this one as it is kind of embarrassing, but I am so curious to hear what you guys would do in this situation. For context, my boyfriend and I are in our late 20s. You were talking about the stinky friend, and it made me think of a similar situation I ran into. There was a period of our relationship, been together for over 5 years, where my boyfriend would not brush his teeth or just not shower as much as he needed to. We had both just started working from home, so we wouldn't leave the house, and I think in his head that meant he didn't have to keep up with his hygiene, maybe. This was never a thing because I never would have tolerated it, and I eventually had to start asking him if he brushed his teeth, knowing that he didn't, and tell him to shower because he smelled first thing in the morning. I approached this very gently at first, but he wasn't getting it, so eventually it got to the point where I would blatantly tell him to go brush his teeth if we left the house without him doing it. Yes, we would turn around if he had not done it. Long story short, he eventually got his act together, but I am just so curious how you would have approached this because for me, it was miserable, and I would consistently ask myself how we got here. LOL. Anyways, if I was the friend, I would have to agree with y'all, and you have to tell someone because they truly do have blindness to it. A stinky boyfriend? That's way worse than a stinky friend. I don't even know, like, what that makes me think, like, what other things are you cutting corners on? If you, like, are you not washing your sheets? Are you not washing your towels? Are you not washing your undies?
Well, it makes me, it sounds like they live together.
Yeah, so she's doing that.
She's doing that. But he wouldn't. Like, she's probably washing and cleaning all of the things that are not him.
Yeah.
But, like, he's got to do it. He's got to wash himself and brush his own teeth. This is so crazy because, like,
This is a habit he formed after they started dating. Because he used to not be a stinky boyfriend.
And
now
so
he is.
it was when they started working from home, which like
He probably just like rolled out of bed, got on his computer, started working, let the day get under him, and then he's stinky. He didn't shower. He didn't brush his teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I really, I don't know how we would get to that place because it's kind of like, oh, we wake up and we brush our teeth.
Yeah.
So I think it would have, I don't even freaking know what to say. I am so shocked right now. Like that he would just change behaviors because even if you're working from home, you still have certain routines that are the same, right? It's like you wake up, you usually like go pee and you brush your teeth and you kind of get ready for your day. Like even if it's not as, I don't do my makeup on like my work days and everything, but it's like, and I typically like to be like a nighttime shower person, but sometimes days I'm extra tired, it's like I'll shower in the morning because but there's still a routine of your life, like even before you had a job, that when you were in school, when you know when to shower. I'm just so shocked that like the showering aspect and the brushing the teeth, like you do those things. Like why did you think that because you're working from home you just like don't have to?
Yeah.
You don't even live alone. It sounds like you have somebody that sees you and smells you every single day
and you don't shower.
It's crazy to me.
Like if Nick has said to me, he's like, oh, you like to take Mexican showers or whatever, because I'll like put on.
You like don't. do like a full shower every time.
Right. Yeah. Or like, I don't, yeah. And like, if he said I smelled, I would die.
Obviously. Like, obviously. But it's like, can you imagine? It's the brushing the teeth thing too. It's like,
I think for me, it's the brushing the teeth.
I can see a world where it's like, maybe he's gotten to the habit where he's not waking up early enough because he doesn't have to do like a full morning routine.
Right.
And so he wakes up a little late and he's like, you know what? I need to log on first. And maybe he needs to like log on and send an email or two. So it's like, I can see how he's not starting his day off normal, but it's like, you send that email and you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth. Like, I'm sorry, there is no excuse for this. Like, yeah. I'm really proud of you for being consistent and being like, did you brush your teeth today? First of all, it's weird. You're not his mom. And like, I would have gotten to that point where I would have been like, I'm not your mother. Like, why am I having to ask? Why am I having to make sure that you walked out of this house having brushed your teeth today? That is the craziest thing. I will turn this car around if you say that you haven't brushed your teeth, and you better not lie to me. Open your mouth. Let me smell your breath. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think she handled it the best way that you can possibly handle it. And I'm
really, you know what? You are such a better woman than me. You were patient. You were kind. And I'm really glad you were able to work through it, because I'd be like, I can't be dating the stinky guy.
Yeah.
Wow. This is shocking. He would leave the house and they would turn around if he didn't brush his teeth before walking out the door. That's a whole other level.
That is really disgusting. Well, props to you. I hope that he's not the stinky boyfriend anymore. But you did it the best way that you possibly could.
With class, with elegance, with kindness. Like, you are a queen.
All right. Well, that's it. Please send us in your questions, your stories. If you need any advice, you can email that at yourpoordad@gmail.com. You obviously can follow us on Your Poor Dad Pod on TikTok or Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe, share this, like it, send this episode to somebody, and so we can find more sisters.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.